those guys. What up guys, Trent here from Build Own Moto. We're getting another ride day in. It's been raining a lot here around West Branch Rose City area. As you can hear it right now as I'm driving, it's not pouring, but it's raining a decent amount. What I'm thinking today, we're gonna go out to Luzerne, hit some single track, test out the KTM since I finally got it figured out. The carb had a bunch of jets that were wrong and a bunch of things were all messed up. The accelerator pump was all over the place. So I'll tune in, guys, on what that was and how I fixed it and what I figured out it was in another episode, and probably a little short coming up. But today we're gonna go out to Luzerne. We're gonna try some single track like I was saying and just enjoy the day. I know it's raining, but that don't matter. Whoever let rain stop them, I ain't gonna melt. So we're gonna get a day out in the rain, and yeah, I'll put up my socials right above here, Insta and Facebook. Make sure you like and follow. I know those have been growing, but we're trying to reach 500 subscribers this year. I'm at 188, we're closing on 200, so just under halfway. I'd love to see that grow. I'd love to see it get to where I want it to be. And yeah, I'd love to be able to continue to give you guys content. I enjoy making these videos. So until then, we'll keep watching, keep riding, tune in, and we'll get out on the trail. See you guys soon. Oh, nice stall out there. Didn't even find neutral. Apparently still not neutral. Hold on, guys. There we go. Find out where we're going here. Following us up, find a left, and that'll take us to the road we're looking for. Okay, I found it. I'm gonna turn my idle down just a smidge here. There we go, much better. I found the trail. It's right over here on the left. I was coming from that way, so just a little spin around, and yeah, should be right over here. Since it stopped raining, it's actually way nicer. Anywhere right here on the right, I believe it is. These are the 50s. There it is, right there. That's the trail I want, right there. Let's go see how it is. I'm anticipating some down trees like we've already got here. This is an eyes up kind of trail right now because of all the stuff down. I'm pretty sure it's pretty common having tree down on this trail. There we go. Coming soon, I just bought an Insta360, so you'll be able to see almost everything that I see. There we go. We won't be going super fast because single track is a new thing to me, but I told myself I'd kind of check it out last year, and I haven't got a chance to get out over here yet. Rode with those two gentlemen last year. It was quite a bit of fun, and I got a bike set up for it. The 450 would be a lot through here. We go right. Looks like everybody's taking the right path. Again, eyes up for trails, turns, trees down. Goggles fogging up are not helping. There we go. Glad I made my way out here. I was debating only going to Rose City today for a test ride, but I decided to chance it with all the rain, and paid off. It's not really raining much right now. Last spring, I'll tell you this much, it was a lot harder to see. Definitely hard to see right now with all this rain. There it is. Keep her on her tires. You might hear me breathing a lot. I've recently allowed myself to get out of shape. Too high of a gear there. And there's a tree down. Nice job. Oh. See that? That's why we keep our heads up. Check on the bike here. Oh! Seems fine to me. Stupid tree. It's all wet, so it throws you right off the bike. Whew. Try that again. Worst part's we weren't even really going fast. As you can see, the bike responds much better. I'll have to clip back to what it was doing for those of you that have missed it, but this bike is running way better than it was. Oh, see right there is where I needed the power, and I did not have the power. We'll go as far as we can on this trail, as far as we can find, and then go from there. I know it's split somewhere here, and I'll have to find it, but we'll get that when we get there. It's just good being in the woods, you guys. It's a Wednesday afternoon. It's a rare occasion for me. We didn't have service, so I didn't have to be there, and I decided to go in early, so I got all my hours done. Got home, put this bike back together, and hit the road. I was hoping to be out earlier, but I didn't get a chance. Not out of work, but out here. With all the stuff I forgot to put back on this bike, I had to make sure it got put back on the bike. Because it'd be a problem not to put my cable cover back on the carburetor. Get a bunch of dirt packed in there, cause a bunch of problems, and then Trent's got to chase the problems. That's quite the wreckage to have there. Another trail I want to make it to is Tomahawk Trail up in Wolverine. That trail seems gnarly. Heard a lot about it. Caleb wants me to head there, so I think that'll be a spot we check out soon, but probably in time, right? Here's a spot we gotta find. I think I gotta ride down the road down there and pick it up. We'll follow these trails, backtracking from where I went last year. We stopped right here at one point, cut a tree down. Wow, nobody's really been out here. It's thick. Yes, I'm seated, mostly because the trees are low. There we go. That was close. Remember right, I went down like right here somewhere last time too. I think a lot of it stemmed from not being able to see. Neutral again when I don't want it. There we go, maybe we can get a little bit of a flow going here. I feel like every time I come out to this place though too, it's raining. Because last time I was here it was raining quite a bit. Like my rear tire is a little weak. I might stiffen that shock up a smidge. It's also grown in more this time of year than it has in a while. Make sure I'm in first gear when I try those maneuvers. I would like to someday get a newer version of this bike. I don't know if it has to be an XCFW, maybe an XCF. I don't necessarily need a headlight for the riding style I do, but it might be perfect for this. I don't know. We'll see if the W fits my style or not anymore, but I know that they have stiffened up the suspension on the W's in more recent years. And I don't know if that's as per riders asks or if that's just them trying to figure out suspension in the woods. But I feel like stiffer suspension. Hold on, guys. Oh boy, we're going up. This hill's like this, you guys. I wish you could tell. I'm not sure if we're getting out of this one. Come on, baby. There we go. Come on. There's some momentum. Come on, baby. Come on. Jeez Louise. And back down. There we go. I think this is where I lost them last year. I had to wait for a little while. Looks like it. It's a little slicker than I remember. There we go. Just me? Okay. Probably just me. Most of the time when I'm around my friends and I say something like, and I'm like, just me? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm a little crazy. I'm a little odd in the head, but it makes me fun, right, guys? Keeps me from being boring. I don't think I'm dumb. I just think I enjoy things that some people don't enjoy. Sorry, my voice got a little... Did I get a little high pitch there? I was a little scared for just a moment. So here's my take on these trails. It's definitely a little more than a beginner would want to be on with all the trees down. A beginner would do it, but they're going to go really slow, similar to how I am right now. And they're not going to know how to control the bike when it catches a stump or a tree, or even in cases like that where there's a tree down and you really should be attentive. So I'd say pick the crowd you ride with. Wisely for trails like this one, because you don't want to like bring a friend down there like that was terrible, but I mean at the same time we've all done it, right? We've all brought a friend out and took them out in the rain like this. Yeah, look at that. Ah, we're on sand. You guys didn't see that. That didn't happen. There we go. That happened. Nothing else happened. No stalling out here. So how did this bike come around? But anyway, we'll come back to that. So the other thing is, the friends that you take out here, you're gonna want to warn them, hey, we're gonna be out for a while, because I've done 40 miles of this in a day. That's a lot. 40 miles of single track in one day, it's a lot of riding, especially because you're moving your body around and you're being fit. Like, I'll burn 800 calories on a single ride sometimes, and that's not even doing 40 miles. So snacks, bro. Something I'm learning to bring snacks. I have some Jack Links in the back of my bag here, and normally I have my water. I didn't bring it today because it wasn't washed out. I got it in the washer from one of the other rides I had, but not the bag, but the pouch. But water, bring your pouch out. And then another thing that I picked up that I like, fanny pack. I love my little fanny pack that I have. I have a fanny pack, and I keep some extra tools in it, and I also keep my camera gear in it, like extra batteries and stuff. They're in that bag. What else? I don't have any extra parts, but futuristically, when I get a two-stroke again, I'll be bringing an extra spark plug. It don't matter if it's new or not, I'm gonna bring an extra spark plug just in case, especially if it's an old one. Like if you're riding a 90s YZ, CR, or RM out here, you're likely going to stall or even like foul out your plug because there's not enough coming through it, like we see with that young man's bike. So an extra spark plug, it goes a long ways, you guys. But for trails like this, that's huge. I would definitely say that if you're an A-class rider, C, maybe B, this would be fun for you. You've been riding for a few years, you want to try something a little more difficult, single track honestly is where it is for pushing yourself. Like, I wouldn't be the rider I was if I didn't find things like this to push me a little further, test me, and then grow my skill, but not just that, grow my enjoyment. I like to keep it mixed up. I like having two bikes because then I can go do one thing and do another. I mean, last year, whoops, slid off of it, I didn't have the ability to ride motocross. Now I have the ability to ride motocross simply because I got a different bike. Sometimes trading up, down, no matter. But this would definitely be a good starter for some people. But see all these trees down too? That's what I would say makes it a little harder for a bike or for a beginner to ride. So don't take your beginner friend out here unless you warn them. It's not like that. Don't have a lot of front tire grip, guys. There we go, going up. And that's all sand, so it makes it a lot more difficult. Here's where it gets fun. Keeping that front tire straight in the sand is interesting. Get that rear tire down. Ha ha ha. Back down. Ah. That was already broken. I'll show you why in a minute, but that was already broken. That was broken prior to hitting a tree. What's nice is I don't think we broke the radiator. But I would say that's exactly why being careful out here in the woods and not bringing a friend without prior warning is important. Just enough tight turns not to stand. So the next thing we can talk about, because I love vlogging, it's been a while since I've got to talk to you guys like this. This bike, so let's take it back. If you're new to the channel, I acquired this bike off of a trade of a project that was almost finished. It ran, but the shift linkage was wrong inside of it, or the shift forks. And I hadn't bought them yet. And I have a buddy that I ride with, Lane Matthews, that really liked, he really enjoyed RM, so we found a way to trade it where there was nothing really, nobody really lost anything, because at the time this bike wasn't running. And I helped him get that engine running. We're going to try and start it soon, because now I got a shift in, which is really perfect. So now that it's shifting, we can ride it. We gotta put it back together, do forks and a couple other things, but we traded. I picked this bike up. It didn't run at all. Couldn't get it started, so what I did is I ended up tearing the carb out of this thing, and it still wouldn't run. So after I tore the carb out of this thing, I checked on the stator and I found out that the oil pump was not really holding anything. There's a seal outside of the oil pump that's pressed down with a flat door and 2 or 3 bolts, I can't remember, it's been a little while. And I found the seal was ripped and it was just pouring oil into the stator. Now yes, this is a wet stator, I know that, but the oil was like filling it up and causing problems, and the engine was losing oil. You would drain the oil and you wouldn't really get any oil out of the stator cover. So I rebuilt that oil pump, put it back together. It still didn't run, it was bogging. Well, it ran, but it wasn't running great, and it was bogging, and that was about winter time. And then I moved. So I haven't been able to work on it as much in my dad's garage. So I moved, did get a house, guys. My first house, getting married in October. But anyway, I moved, and I didn't really have a chance to work on this bike until now. So mid-season of 2026, we finally got it running better, and I'll share what it was and all the things that I did to get that carburetor figured out. But let me just tell you, someone was trying to figure out something simple and made a whole lot of stuff harder on this bike. Because when I looked up the stock jets, it was over on most of them by like 20 or 30 sizes. And that was creating a lot of problems because he was trying to make up for that lean bog at the beginning, which all boiled down to the accelerator pump on these bikes. This is the first couple gens of these bikes having this kind of a carb with an accelerator pump. And because four-strokes weren't really a big thing. I think this was 8 years after they introduced four-strokes, and I don't even know when KTM came out with their first four-stroke. But this is one of the beginning bikes, and it runs amazing. I just ordered up the starter, but that was another thing. The previous owner held down the starter button for so long he kind of fried the starter. Possibly he may have also fried the coil. So I'm going to be replacing both. I tried a cheap coil to see if it would work. Terrible idea, guys. When you replace this stuff, don't do that. But I tried a cheap coil. Woo, right now, and it didn't really work. I'm not clicking, which concerns me. I put a new battery in it. I know the battery's charged up because the stator is working, but we're still kind of chasing that one. Regardless, I bought a kickstand, bought a kickstart for this thing because this has both, and I got it to run finally, which was awesome. And now here we are. All those things around, I got some extra parts for it, but she's running, which is pretty awesome for this bike, for a trade for what I had. So I've now got two running bikes, one for moto and one for woods, which is awesome. I'm super stoked for that. Get around this tree here. So yeah, leave in a comment below what kind of bikes you guys ride and what kind of things you've gone through like that. And if you ran into anything like I have, where you were confused but you didn't stop because you knew you could get it. I'm just a garage mechanic, you guys, and I'm trying to grow the channel into something fun and something I can do for you guys just for entertainment, but also explore, you know. I didn't go to college because I felt God's call towards worship, and that's what I decided to do. Well, yeah, I was worship and became a youth pastor, and now I'm a worship pastor, but that was the calling that I received in my life, and I'm going to continue to do that while doing this because, well, I enjoy this, and there's ways to do both. I just do this on the weekends for you guys, so yeah. Haven't got to talk to you guys in a while, so it's good catching up. Leave some comments, guys. I'm enjoying comments. I think last weekend it cracked me up. I was like, when you finally get the carburetor working, and someone commented, don't buy crappy bikes. I'm like, but what's the fun in that? Where do you learn? If you're spending 10 grand on a bike every year, cool, you must be sponsored or have a lot of money. I ain't got that. By no means am I broke, but I ain't got the money to spend. It's not wise to spend that for me, so I don't. But I love the hobby. So for me, it's always been fix, figure out, and enjoy. I can thank my dad for that one. He's the one that got me into engines, and small engines has become a big thing. So all started with a 1980 Camaro with a 350 small block, actually 305, and a 350 turbo tranny, and that's where it came from. I think I was like 14, 15 years old when Dad had that bike, bought it, or that truck, car. And ever since I've gotten to enjoy it. It's almost time to kind of restore it again and put it all back together. So guys, my microphone ended up dying here. I think it got a little wet in all the rain and it kind of fell apart. So I don't have any audio for this section when I'm returning back. But I was able to make it back. We made about 22 miles on this, and it was a good time. Not gonna lie, I had a great time. I was absolutely soaked in the trails. But yeah, you can see me safely returning here. The bike did amazing. A few crashes, a few times tipping over, but not really anything too crazy. Yeah, so we're going to continue to ride this, continue to ride the KX, and just enjoy being in the woods. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.